Hello, hello. हेलो। Hello everyone, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Thank you very much. Dear participants, good evening to all. Myself, Dr. Nitashi Burman, IQAC Coordinator of PDM Tulungia. With great pleasure, I extend a warm welcome on behalf of Pandit Dindayal Upadhyaya Adarsh Mahavidyalaya Tulungia to everyone present here, those who are connected through the virtual platforms Google Meet and YouTube Live. For this 5 days national level online faculty development program on research methodology. So we all know about the importance of research. Very concisely, if we say, research is the research is the foundations or is a cornerstone of academic advancement. And to make the research as a very effective research methodology actually serves as a blueprint that transforms our intellectual curiosity into systematic and credible knowledge. Basically, it means a systematic framework that guides us during the entire research process, starting from identifications of problem to drawing conclusion. And the effective research methodology ensures that our research endeavor is conducted in a logical, valid, and reliable manner. So it is. Someone please mute yourself. So it is more than just a procedural framework. We may term it as a intellectual backbone of our scientific inquiry. It involves various principles, strategies, as well as tools to collect and analyze the data and to interpret the result to address our research problem very effectively. During these 5 days of FDP, we'll be learning various aspects of research, including the research design, review of literature, formulations of hypotheses, sampling techniques, designing questionnaire, then basics about data analysis tools and techniques, and finally the report writing and research ethics. This program actually is designed for those who are beginners in the research process. So, for those who are interested in learning advanced tools and techniques like data analysis using R programming, Python, time series econometrics, applications of AI tools in research, structural equation modeling, and the use of softwares like SPSS, eViews, PLS, and any other analytical tools. So we encourage you all to inform us through your through submitting your valuable feedbacks that will help us to design the program in the future accordingly. With this, I have some important announcement regarding the FDP. First is regarding the feedback. So there will be two types of feedback. One is the session-wise feedback. Another one is the overall feedback. So session-wise feedback will collect after each session, and overall feedback form will be shared at the end of the program, and the feedback links so will be provided in the Google Meet chat box, YouTube live chat box, as well as in the WhatsApp group. The second point is regarding the assessment test. A test will be conducted on the final day of the program. Participation in this test will be mandatory to all the registered person to receive the certificate. And third is the certificate issuance. So upon successful submissions of assessment form, a certificate will be generated and it will be sent to the registered mails within a few minutes. And please note that the test is purely for self-evaluation, so no need to worry about that. However, please do ensure that you carefully enter your personal details in the assessment form because the information that will provide so on the form that will be printed on your certificate. And further, it is my humble request to all the participants kindly to ask some any questions to clear your doubts during the Q&A sessions that will be at the end of the discussion. So that the flow of resource person presentations will not be disrupted, or it may be according to the convenience of the resource person. So, with this, once again, I extend my heartfelt welcome to all the participants and wish you a very fruitful and enriching experience during these 5 days of FDP. Today, we have a resource person, respected Professor Parakshil Sir from the Department of Commerce, Assam University, Silchar. Today, Sir will be taking sessions on the topic Introduction to Research Ethics, its types, process, and research design. So, uh, I extend a warm welcome to you, sir, for accepting uh, uh, our request to take the day 1 session. So, without any further delay, now I would like to request Mr. Lekhojit Nath, Assistant Professor, Department of English, so who will be the moderator of today's session. So, Lekhojit Nath, sir, please introduce the resource person.
Good evening to all the participants, and thank you, IQSC coordinator, madam, for giving me this opportunity to moderate today's session. Let me first introduce our resource person for today's session, Professor Parag Sir. Professor Parag Sir is currently serving as a professor in the Department of Commerce, Assam University. Sir has a keen interest in retailing, marketing, research methodology, management accounting, environment management, and behavioral finance. Professor Sills has a very illustrious academic career. Sir is a fellow of the International Congress of Environmental Research and received of the postdoctoral award from the University of Florida, USA in 2016 to 2017. Sir has published more than 100 research papers in the UGC Care, Scopus, Web of Science, and referred journals. Sir has authored 5 books and published more than 20 book chapters. Besides that, Professor Shilsar has presented more than 150 papers in both the national and international arena and shared many seminars and conferences as well. Today, in this 5 days national level online faculty development program on research methodology, Sir is going to deliver his speech on introduction to research ethics and its types, process, and design. Now, I request Professor Parag Sir to start the session.
Thank you, IQC coordinator and moderator of this session. And I welcome all the participants. So, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are
Yes,
audible.
sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. So, I welcome all the participants to this particular session, as well as this is the introductory session of the digital workshop. Sorry, FDP program. So, this is a nice thing that is you are going to organize this 5 days program for the faculty development, as well as I see the brochure of the program, that is it is open for the research scholar as well as students also. And theme of the workshop FDP is also very preliminary type. So I hope that is everybody will enjoy. As already mentioned by the IQSC coordinator, there is for some sophisticated workshop they will organize in future. So I again congratulate all for participating in this particular workshop, sorry, FDP. So thank you, Dr. Bormon, for giving me this opportunity. So let us go for sharing. So is it visible?
Yes, sir, visible.
Okay, thank you. So my topic, as already known to all, that is introduction to research, types, process, design, etc. Very preliminary topic, and which is, you can say, the overview of research also. So when we are going to take this overview, so first we have to start with the meaning. So when we are talking about research, so research in a common parlance, everybody is doing some research in their particular life. It is not required for this particular purpose, no requirement of researcher. So in a particular day, everybody when they start their journey, so everybody having some plan, everybody having some design, research design, you cannot say, but some design of their work, day-to-day work. After that they have to complete this, so this is the methodology how to complete, and ultimately they get some result, either successful or not successful. So when we are going to see our life, so research is everywhere. And where from research start? Research start from some question. So main question is why. So when we observe something, so at that time somebody ask and somebody not ask. So somebody says think that this is very natural. So they are not researcher. But somebody may ask something. That is why it is like that. Why it is not like that. So after that, these things are going on. So any kind of research starts from this particular question, why, and obviously then how, how much, when. So in that way, when you ask one, you are satisfied with one question, again another question will come, and ultimately the scope of research will be more. So from general life, if we are going for our study, that is research methodology, then what is the meaning of research? So actually I would like to say that is whatever the presentation today I will share with you, that is a discussion type, because everybody, I hope, that is nowadays in master degree also research methodology papers are there, so everybody knows so many things about the research. And as most of the people are from some college faculty member, so you also know. But only for this, again, re regenerate the knowledge, or rememorize everything. So we have to start with the very basic topic, and gradually we have to go to the advanced topic. So when we are starting with research, so research, one very common definition we generally give, everybody giving, that is research means again and again we are searching. So searching to okay, but why we are searching? So searching means we are searching for the adding some knowledge in the particular area. So maybe I am from commerce, so when I search some knowledge, it may be within our scope of the study. Sometimes somebody start research beyond their area also, so then it will be known as multidisciplinary work, sometimes interdisciplinary work, like that. So mainly what is research? It is a pursuit of knowledge, is commonly referred as research. Very simple definition. So again and again research also same thing, where is when we means again, and search means we have to search something new. But new for what? New for means our adding some value addition to our existing knowledge. So when this is the thing, then a pursuit of knowledge is commonly referred as research. So another definition of research is the scientific pursuit of relevant data on certain subject. that is most important, that is not here and there. When we are searching some information, some data related to our topic, our area, or sometime multidisciplinary or sometime interdisciplinary, then it should be in a scientific way. Scientific way, not every time it is some mixing of some chemical, it is not required. In social science also, we can do scientific research, means we have to maintain some methodology. It's not here and there, today here, then here, like not like that. So a systematic uh, type of methodology we have to follow, which should be supported by statistical tools and other techniques. Then relevant data will be analyzed on a certain subject and we have to reach to the conclusion. So then we can say research is an art form that involves scientific inquiry. So then you can find some definitions I have that's gathered from various sources. I have to say that all the presentation what I am going to share with you, it is not that is my direct understanding. I have to search some material. With this material only I have to give some summary. And most of the resource I have already mentioned in the last slide. It is the reference, which is very important part of research. When we have to cite something, then it should be reflected in the reference. So I have also mentioned, and most importantly, nowadays Google and other search engines are there. So from their support, I have already uh, designed something, so which may not be a very good design, but I tried, and I will share with you, and you see. And obviously young peoples are more advanced than us, so they can also design a very systematic way also. So one definition is there, that is, you can see the manipulation of things, concept, symbols to generalize, to extend, correct, and verify the knowledge, whether that knowledge aid in the construction of theory or practice of an art. So it is, there is sometime we have to take some concept or some manipulation of things, means here and there we take something and then we mix. After mixing, we have to reach to a particular conclusion, that is we have to make some generalization. So from sample we are doing some research, and after getting the result we try to generalize these things, which is basically known as our hypothesis testing, and try to correct and verify our knowledge. So this is very important. When we see something and after research also we can get the same thing, it is not like that, that is every time after research we can get a new thing. So sometime after research, so many 5 years research, 6 years research, we can conclude a conclusion which is already known. But when already known things are also there, but we are making it in a systematic manner, scientific manner, it will be considered as a research. So these are so many definitions are there. Here and there you can find. So in some books, some definition, some website you can get some other definition. So ultimately, if we take most of the definition, then we can say that that is the term research refers to a methodological process that includes starting the problem, develop a hypothesis, gathering information, analyze that information, and coming to a conclusion. So these are the stages. So first we have to see whether problem is appropriately defined, because if problem is defined properly, then it is general observation is that it is half solved. So it is a very well-known proverb, that is, if problem is defined well or diagnosis well, so like that doctors, when they are, a good doctor is a very good diagnostic. So if a researcher, also a very good researcher, he should be having a very diagnostic knowledge. So when it is starting with the problem, and problem will be very meticulously stated, properly rooted. So then, so how you can state this problem? So most important tool is that the earlier research, that is what is available in our review of literature. So this is an important section, though it is coming after identification of problem or statement of problem, but this statement of problem basically depends on the review of literature. Review of literature means your existing stake of knowledge. So when we are going for searching the existing stock of stake of knowledge, we can take the help of libraries. Nowadays, available search engines are there. So you can go to the search engine, some sites, Web of Science, Scopus, etc., etc. Then you can Google, obviously. Then we can search our information, related information, our existing knowledge, and ultimately from this we have to select some specific area where we can make our target our problem, and on the basis of the problem we have to state our problem. That is the statement of the problem. So when we develop the statement of the problem, then obviously in the statement of the problem some research queries will come. That is why it is so. The problem, if some problem is identified, then why this problem is like that. So when these are the thing, then this will be treated as your research queries, or sometimes if it is properly chalk out, then it will be treated as research questions. So research questions are the base for your hypothesis also, or objective also. On the basis of this research question, we have to develop our objective. And objective, on the basis of objective, when we see the objective, we have to make the hypothesis. So hypothesis, different level of hypotheses are there, we will discuss in the later part. And some other person in preparing hypothesis or testing of hypothesis, he can elaborately discuss, he or she can elaborately discuss. So these are major part in the initial part, that is statement of the problem. On the basis of review of literature, on the basis of review of literature, you prepare statement of the problem. And on, obviously when we properly state the problem, then some research question will come out. And on the basis of this research question, we have to develop our objective of the study. On the basis of objective of the study, we have to develop our hypothesis. If one hypothesis, then hypothesis. If more than one, then hypothesis. Then we have to gather information. Information means our collection of data. Then after collection of data, we have to analyze this information and interpret all this information, generalize all this information, and coming to a conclusion. That is our research finding. So either in form of solution or solutions of the problem. Sometimes solution, when diagnostic research are there, then we are going to make some solution. That is why it is so. So this is so, and this may be the remedy. And sometimes for generalization only. So here it is like that. So it may be like that all over the country or all over the world, or sometime on the basis of this generalization, some theoretical base may be formulated. So theoretical concept may be done. So in that particular research, when we are talking about research in the initial part, our main focus will be the ethics part. So ethics part of the research. If ethics is not there, then this copy, paste, and plagiarism, all these things are very common. So when we start our research, any researcher, very preliminary level also, when we start our research, so these things should be taken into consideration. That ethical aspect should be maintained. So for ethical aspect, 2-3 things are there. One thing, to nowadays the softwares are there to get the plagiarism check. That is, some mandatory levels are there. So beyond this level, if something is there, so it will not be acceptable. So this is for this thing, that is regulation. But in the mind of researcher should be some ethics should be there, that when we are doing some research, we should be loyal to the research particular problem. If we want to search some solution, then solution should be for the people. That is, if we want to do some research, so what will be the benefit for the society? So these things should be come to our mind, and we have to maintain this thing. So it is not a rule or not a regulation, but inside the mind, a researcher, this ethical set should be there. So for that particular purpose, ethics is a very that is sophisticated issue. Regulation, through regulation, it cannot be maintained. So some rules can be maintained through regulation, but ethics cannot be maintained through regulation. So for this particular purpose, inner feeling is very important. So that's why a researcher should be a good researcher. Side by side, he should be an ethical person. And other unethical person, if it is there, then so many unethical things may be done. So for this particular purpose, when we start our research journey, any kind of research, it may be our PhD level research, it may be our paper writing, it may be some project, it may be some funded other external funding research. So any research, or sometimes from your own heart, you have started something for a social problem. You find some social problem, and on the basis of this social problem, some eye-catching things are there, and your heart is very much responding on this particular problem, and for that purpose you have undertaken a research. So for any purpose you start your research, so anything you are doing, so ethical purpose should be taken into consideration. It should be in the mind of the researcher. So rule, regulation, act, everything is there, law, everything is there, but beyond that also something is there, which is your ethics. So ethics should be maintained in the research, and obviously rule, regulation, to plagiarism test, then citation, these are mandatory. Otherwise your things will not be published into the good journal. So now when we are talking about research, so why people do research? So these are very important thing. So when we are talking about the research, objective of research, so many people objective is to get a degree, is not it? To PhD degree. So as we are in the profession, teaching profession, a doctorate degree is very much a good looking thing in front of our name. So it is a very nice thing. So some other now, those who are job seekers, they are also having some requirement. So now in Assam, some new regulations are coming. So there, the particular degree is not that much important, but then also in earlier regulation, which is existing one here, very important number score is also there. So it is also another important for the job seeker. So why we are going to do the research, that is objective or logic behind our research. Somebody after passing MCOM, nowadays the education standard is gradually higher, so most of the people are going for master degree. So after master degree, what to do? So now, so many person are going for PhD. So clearing that, then also not getting job. So let us do PhD, research, etc., etc. It will give some extra mark, and some publication will be there. So this may be one particular objective. So these are logic behind the people undertaking research in the academic level. So some other research levels are there. That is, people are doing research after getting the degree also. So people like us, that is, we are in the profession of teaching. So sometimes we apply for some funding project. Sometimes advertisements are there from UGC, ICSSR, some other funding agency. So we apply to get some particular issue. So which issue we are not able to undertake from our own because of financial positive, so we can apply, and if fund is there, then we can do this research in appropriate level and as per the regulation of the particular funding agency. So this is also another. So sometimes people from their own also doing some research. So many researchers are there, particularly in colleges. So many teachers are there. So we not for any degree, only for the societal benefit. They are also doing some research, and these are also very good kind of research. Sometimes some uh, government of India or government of Assam, they are also launching some project, some scheme. So that's why also some research are required. So number one, if we to learn more about the phenomena or obtain a fresh perspective on any issue, then some research are also undertaken. So when it is very new thing, fresh, very new thing, no earlier research were executed or undertaken. So this kind of research is called exploratory research. We are going to explore. It is very initial kind of research is exploratory research, or formulating the research study. There is formulative types of research. So it is exploratory research. We are going to explore something. Then second one is to faithfully depict the traits of a specific person, circumstances, or group. So it is only describing everything, means making explanation. So descriptive type of study or descriptive research, or sometimes it is called explanationary research also, giving some explanation. Then third one is to ascertain some how frequently something is happening or how it is connected to the another thing, which is means some kind of diagnostic research studies. These are focused on this particular object. And last one is hypothesis testing. There is some causal effect relationship is there. So for this particular purpose, we are going to make some research, and which are very common type of research in our social sciences. So it is taken from some internet source. You can find the source also. And these are some kind of research methods. So different author defining this research in different way. So, but basic things are same. There is descriptive research, analytical research, applied research, fundamental research, then quantitative research, qualitative research. These are something other kind, other type. Then conceptual research, empirical research, all these things. So on the basis of type, when type of research that is we have discussed, so four type we get: exploratory research, then descriptive research, then diagnostic research, and another one is hypothesis testing research. On the other hand, if on the basis of data, if we want to make some research, we can take that is quantitative research as well as qualitative research on the basis of nature of the study. Some study are having some quantitative techniques on the basis of quantitative data, and sometimes some study requirements are there. Quantitative data will not enough. So some qualitative data required. And sometimes, and most of the time, in our commerce, management, economics, business studies, we having a blend of this qualitative and quantitative type of data, and means both kind of data we are going to accommodate. So in any book you can find this kind of things: descriptive versus analytical. What are the difference? So descriptive research is a particularly fact-finding inquiry. That is what already happened. The primary goal of descriptive research is to describe the current state of circumstances. For descriptive research investigation, the phrase ex post facto research is frequently used in social science and business research. So these are very important, like economic condition, study period based study, that is 91 to 2001, 91 to 2021, like that. What are changes observed? So only investigation. Already problem is over. So we are going to make the investigation why this problem has occurred, why this problem having this impact or like that. So these are very common in social science, particularly in our commerce management study. We are doing this kind of research. So some trend analysis, sometimes some effect of something, cause benefit, etc., etc. Analytical research, on the other hand, is a methodological approach to investigating the problem, testing the hypothesis, drawing conclusions based on the examination of data and evidence. So little bit higher degree of research is analytical one. That is more and more focus is given on the analysis part. In the exploratory research, in the very preliminary level research, we are going to explore the situation, explore the thing, and we have to report only. In descriptive research, we are going to make some description, mainly explanation. Analytical means here important thing is that is investigating problem and testing of the hypothesis, particularly the analysis part. Some sophisticated technology we have to make. So it focus on breaking down complex issues into a smaller component to understand their relationship, cause and effect. Means some variables are there, So which one is dependent, which one is independent, how much which one is depend on another, and if some relationship, causal relationship, cause benefit relationships are there or not. So sometimes for increase of sale, so many factors are liable and so many factors are responsible also. So which one is how much? There is some percentage wise, sometimes some ratio wise, we have to make the analysis. So analysis part is more. So this is analytical research. So descriptive research and analytical research, actually those are very different types of research, and degree of research is also different. Then it is another kind of differentiation, that is applied and fundamental. Fundamental research are basically pure research. Sometimes it is known basic research or pure research also. So it is an investigation aimed at expanding knowledge, understanding without immediate practical applications. Fundamental things are there. So we have to make some fundamental issue. It focus on uncovering the underlying principles, theories, mechanism that govern phenomena, are often driven to the curiosity or a desire to contribute to the body of scientific and academic knowledge. Whether applied research is a type of research focused on solving specific and practical problem, addressing to the real world challenge. Unlike the basic research means the fundamental research, which aims to expand the immediate application of the finding. That is fundamental research. We are not generally after investigation directly try to implement all these things, but in applied research we are going to implement the findings of the study. It often involves the development of new technology, methods, and policies to improve the process, system, outcome in the field of healthcare, education, business, engineering, and social services. So here applied research and fundamental. Fundamental means we are going to make some fundamental things, theoretical base, and applied means we are going to use our findings in the direct basis. Then quantitative and qualitative, actually it is measuring the quantity or amount of foundation, the foundation of quantitative research. That is how we are measuring and quantifying the things. It was for phenomena that have a quantitative expression. Conversely to the qualitative research focus on qualitative phenomenon, those related to the quality or kind. For example, when we are talking about anthropology department, they are going to take research, or sociology department, they are going to take research, particularly sometimes political science also, they are also almost similar pattern. Social work, they are also in similar pattern. So they generally undertook this qualitative type of research. So their focus is even mass communication also, they are also going for qualitative types of research. So they are observing the things which are not easily quantified. Side by side, if we are see the statistics, mathematics, and some other this kind of departments, so they are generally doing on the basis of quantitative analysis. And in commerce and management, generally we are mixing all the both the things, but in our departments, particularly in economics, management, commerce, we are focusing more on quantitative analysis and some part of qualitative analysis also. So it is based on the researcher and their problem of the research, statement of the problem, what kind of research it will be done, whether qualitative or quantitative. So quantitative means we are focusing on analysis of data, particularly numeric data, and qualitative means the informations we are gathered from the field. Particularly most of the